Community Day is over. You probably received and acquired and filled up a whole lot of your Hogwarts School registry. But there's probably a few, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say there are a few that you're missing, just in case you wanted to know exactly why these are missing and how you can go about finding them so that you can complete your registry and prestige it up. I've got the details for you right now. Of all the pages in the Hogwarts School registry, you probably most likely filled up the DADA classroom because of Community Day. Between the Ravenclaw student, the Hufflepuff student, the Slytherin student, those are all found in the wild. And then you have the Bogart cabinet and the Gryffindor student, who are also found in the wild, but they additionally have the option of being found in Portkeys. I wouldn't use Portkeys as a way of farming these foundables, but just know that if you are struggling to find the Gryffindor student or the Bogart cabinet, because they seem, in my experience, they seem to be a little less common spawning in the wild, you can get those out of Portkeys. So make sure you always have your Portkeys going. Remember, when you are using your golden key on Portkeys, use it for your 2Ks unless you don't have any 2Ks. Save your silver keys for the 10K and 5K and 7K Portkeys because you're gonna get more value out of those. Moving on to page 2, the moving staircase of your registry for Hogwarts School. You probably did quite a bit of damage on this one as well. Between Flitwick, which is a new foundable from 2.1.0, Peeves, Pomona Sprout, Moaning Myrtle, and Professor McGonagall, these are all wild spawns. You probably found at least a handful of all of these, with the exception of Professor McGonagall, which is an emergency spawn, so naturally the spawn rates are a little bit lower. It might take you a little bit longer to get to the 15 required fragments in order to place that foundable. And then the final one, the Hogwarts House Cup. Unless you did a lot of wizarding challenges during Community Day, you probably did not make any progress on this. And that is because it is only found in wizarding challenges or fortresses. If you want to get those, you're going to have to use rune stones for Hogwarts School when battling the fortresses, and just know that they're not guaranteed to drop every time. And on page 3 of the Hogwarts School registry, you are going to have Fawkes, you're going to have the portrait of Dumbledore, and you're going to have the Sorting Hat, all of which can be found in the wild. Additionally, the portrait of Dumbledore and the Sorting Hat are also going to be received from Portkeys. Again, not the best way to farm, just know that you do have the option of finding them there. And then you have the House Hourglass and the Owl Lectern, which are both only going to be found in wizarding challenges. So again, use the Hogwarts School runestones for those, and you're well on your way to completing and prestiging up these registries. So if you are still missing a few of those wild spawns from Community Day, or you have prestiged up and now you need to work to getting a lot more of these foundables, the best way that you're going to be able to do this, besides just happening to come across them in the wild, is you're going to want to look for these flags. Now, these flags are going to designate nests, and where the Hogwarts School nests can be found are going to be places of education. So think like schools, universities, libraries. I will say that if you go to like schools, the actual property of the school, there's a good chance you're not actually going to see these flags, but the surrounding areas around schools, you definitely could see an increased chance of finding those flags. And there you go. Now you are all set and ready to go to continue progressing through your registry for the Hogwarts School. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys were able to learn something, and maybe I pointed out something that you didn't know that is keeping you from completing and or prestiging up this page. That's all I've got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time.